Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, because that's where I learned this truth from. Here you see a true image, or a true recreation of what the Lord would look like, and reference to Revelation 1 and 13, where you get an accurate description of the Lord. On the left, you see Caesar Borgia, a man who had nothing to do with the Lord. In fact, he's just an Edomite, and the Lord hates him. And of course, this video is on reincarnation, and the Bible, of course, is only for Israel. Definitely take a look at Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and see if those curses are fitting to you. Because if they're fitting to you, then you might just be an Israelite. But I'm going to let the apostle speak when you want to talk about reincarnation.
Page, and it says, formerly Company of Royal Adventurers trading to Africa. Now, as I read down, you're going to see what they traded in. And one of the commodities that they traded in was actually slaves, which was Jake. And it was from England, they went to West Africa, and they brought slaves some of them back to England, and they sold them to the Americas. And that was a profitable business. That's why everybody was into getting slaves. They were saying, let's go to Africa and get some more slaves, because it was a profitable thing. So it said, and see, this is why Esau gets very upset, and that's why they come to these camps, because they trying to, make us understand that, look, that wasn't me, but there's a thing called reincarnation. See, these Edomites know that their kingdom is coming to an end. Revelation 12 and 12. The devil had come down among you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And that's talking about the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. And the short time that he has, once his time is up, he's going into captivity, because you reap what you sow. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So, and see, that's why they demonize us, because we're telling you the truth. We're telling you exactly. We're giving you the weather, and the weather's going to be stormy. Tornadoes, hurricanes, hail, all kind of bad weather's coming your way, and that weather's talking about you're gonna be slapped with chains, and that's real motherfucking talk.
And there you have it. He talked briefly on reincarnation, but the reason Esau's mad, because he knows his kingdom's up. It's over. The jig is up. The party stopped. Somebody came into the party and turned off the music. But let's get back to reincarnation. It's the 2nd Maccabees 7. So when the first was dead, after this number, they brought forth the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? So here in the Maccabees, you got to understand what was going on. Just to give you a little context. You had Israelites who were captured, being tortured, maimed, and killed. They said that they pulled the skin of his head off with the hair. So they cut into him. They pulled off his scalp with the hair still on. And, they was just torturing him. Like, there's no reason to do that. If you can kill somebody, you can kill him, you can stab him through the heart, and then they'd be dead. But they didn't do that. They cut off the skin of his head and peeled it back, and then started talking to him. Like, will you do this or not? And the thing that they wanted him to do was eat. It says, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? They wanted him to eat some detestable food so that he would be then sinning against the Lord. And they probably would have, stopped torturing him and for eating the food, or at least they would have told him that. But, these devils, they won't honor their side of the agreement. They just wanted you to sin. And you weren't sinning, then they were going to kill you. And here's what happened next. But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And saying, It's saying as the former did means that there was a first person. And in the seventh verse, it says they brought forth the second. So there was a first person that had already been, killed off. This is the second person I'm talking about now with his cat peeled back, so to speak. And then they killed him. Well, they were in the process of killing him, but then he started talking. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, "Thou, like a fury, taketh us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall rise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life." That's cut and dry right there. You could really end any conversation about reincarnation right there. But this is in the Apocrypha, of course, so some people are going to be against that. But keep in mind, the president swear in on the Apocrypha. I believe DJ Thump did that. But moving on, I'm going to get the next scripture. And you have... This is Proverbs 6:16. "These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood." Now, this isn't directly on reincarnation, but if anybody says that reincarnation isn't in the Bible, or it isn't real, reincarnation is fake, or I believe blah, 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 you're a damn liar, and the Lord hates you. It says it right there. "These 6 things doth the Lord hate." And number 2 on the list is a lying tongue. Hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running into mischief. And the whole idea of covering up, the fact that reincarnation is in the Bible, that's a wicked imagination in itself. But I'm gonna move on. This is Ecclesiastes 1:4. It's Ecclesiastes 1:4. "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasten to its place where he arose. The wind goeth towards the south, and turneth about to the north, where it whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again." So what's going on here is the Lord is getting into how it's a constant circle of life. Everything on the world comes and goes, but it's the same thing. You see the rivers run into the sea doesn't fill up, but the river keeps running. Where is it coming from? It's coming all around. It's coming full circle. "All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, See, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us." There's nothing new. There's nothing new here. And the rest of Ecclesiastes, "There is no remembrance of the former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of the things that are to come with those that shall come after." So you can't tell the future. There's no remembrance of former things. You can't remember but so far back into the past. That's why we have books and stuff. We can't remember but so far into the past, and we can't remember things that have happened, the aforementioned things. But we have these scriptures. And I'll move on because the reincarnation is all over the Bible, and that's why I say you're a liar if you say it's not. And this is Job 14. I'm gonna get Job 14:1. I'm gonna start at 1, and I'm gonna jump down. "Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower, and is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow, and continueth not." I'm gonna jump down. The point being, he cometh forth like a flower. Remember that, and is cut down. I'm gonna jump down to 7. Job 14:7. "For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease." You come back. That's literally what that's saying. You come back. You can be cut down in the flesh, and you can come back. And then, I'm gonna wrap it up with 1 Samuel. So it's 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And yes, he can bring it up literally out of nothing if he wants to. But this, what's happening here on the earth, what the Lord has done thus far, is bring the same spirits back. And that's the point that I'm making here. And I hope that was edifying for the elect. Anybody else is listening in, Shalom.